What's up, everybody? This is your boy Tech G back with the final video of this series to help you successfully pass the CompTIA Network Plus N10-007 certification. So let's get into it. In this quick little video, you're going to learn about common network service issues as it relates to mismatched MTUs, incorrect subnet masks, incorrect default gateways, duplicate IP addresses, incorrect DNS configurations, duplicate MAC addresses, expired IP addresses, exhausted DHCP scopes, rogue DHCP scopes, untrusted SSL certificates, incorrect times, blocked TCP UDP ports, incorrect host-based firewall settings, incorrect ACL settings, and unresponsive services. Let's talk about mismatch MTU. So router interfaces, they have a parameter called the maximum transmission unit that defines the largest packet size the interface will forward. So for example, a 1500 byte packet could not be forwarded via a router interface with an MTU of 1470 bytes. A router will attempt to fragment a packet that is too big unless the packet has its don't fragment bit set. If a packet exceeds an interface's MTU and has its don't fragment bit set, the router drops the packet. Normally, the router responds to the sender with an ICMP or an Internet Control Message Protocol message indicating why the packet was dropped. However, if a router is configured to not respond to such a condition by sending an ICMP, the packet is dropped without the sender being notified. Such a router is called a black hole router, and you can use the traceroute utility to help locate a black hole router. Let's talk about an incorrect subnet mask. So when one host attempts to communicate with another host on the same subnet, the sending host sends an ARP request in an attempt to determine the MAC address of the destination host, rather than forwarding traffic to the sending host's default gateway. Therefore, if a host has an incorrect subnet mask, it could incorrectly conclude that another host is on its local subnet, when in reality, the other host is on a remote subnet. As a result, the remote host is unreachable from the perspective of the sending host. Then we have an incorrect default gateway. So if a host has an incorrect default gateway configuration, traffic from that host is not forwarded off of that host's local subnet. Then we have a duplicate IP address issue. So hosts on the subnet should have unique IP addresses. If two hosts are configured with the same IP address, unpredictable traffic patterns for those hosts can occur. Then we have an incorrect DNS configuration because hosts often use DNS to resolve domain names to IP addresses. If a host has an incorrect DNS configuration, that host will be unable to browse the internet using domain names as opposed to IP addresses. Then we have a duplicate MAC address. Although it's rarer than a duplicate IP address on the network, you could experience a duplicate MAC address. This is typically caused by a software configuration of MAC addresses. Then we have expired IP addresses. So a leased DHCP address that has expired for a workstation that could cause issues as well. You have an exhausted DHCP scope. Although this is rare, you may have a DHCP scope that has run out of addresses to lease. This could be the result of a DHCP exhaustion type of attack. You have a rogue DHCP server. This security concern could certainly cause troubleshooting headaches on the network due to the incorrect IP configurations that could result. This is often the result of users bringing in their own devices, either maliciously or accidentally. You have untrusted SSL certificates. So if using certificates for authentication, you might have an issue with the SSL certificate that is preventing such authentication. You have incorrect times because many network configurations rely on the correct time. You might have problems in the network due to a workstation, server, or network appliance that has the wrong time set. And you have blocked TCP and UDP ports. So perhaps your trouble ticket is the result of a blocked TCP or UDP port. This is often the result of a misconfigured security device in the network path. You have incorrect host-based firewall settings. So another security area that could cause problems are host-based firewalls. You have incorrect ACL settings, access control lists. They can have a direct effect on network traffic and could be the cause of one or many trouble tickets. And then you have unresponsive services. So a service that has failed in the network. This is another common cause of problems. All right, so that was my quick little class on common network service issues, where we talked about things such as mismatched MTUs, incorrect subnet masks, incorrect default gateways, duplicate IP addresses, incorrect DNS configurations, duplicate MAC addresses, expired IP addresses, exhausted DHCP scopes, rogue DHCP servers, untrusted SSL certificates, incorrect times, blocked TCP UDP ports, incorrect host-based firewall settings, incorrect ACL settings, and unresponsive services. Now, if you felt like you've gotten something valuable out of this information, go ahead and hit the like button, drop a comment, share this video, but most importantly, subscribe to this channel. Also, go check out my website, Technology G, so that you can get read up on the latest and greatest to help you successfully pass the CompTIA Network Plus N10-007 certification. And until next video, ladies and gentlemen, peace.